This is Malmo, a historical trade route city located in south of Sweden. Currently holding close to 350,000 people of different ethnicity moved to Malmo from all over the world. This bustling city has been in news several times over the past 2 decades.
Det här är en svår tid för Sverige.
Violent clashes, Sweden's gang wars.
Unfortunately, not for good reasons, but due to incidents of gun violence often linked to gang conflicts and the deadly competition over the drug trade. After making some research on this issue, most of these crimes happen in one area, the most notorious place in Malmo called Rosengard. This place itself has registered more than 70% of shootings in Sweden, where gang targets young boys aged 13 to 17 to commit these crimes. This is the same place where Swedish legendary footballer Zlatan Ibrahimovic was born and raised, which made us even more curious to visit. We also wanted to see if this place is as dangerous as it is portrayed on the internet, or is it Western way of showing aid to immigrants, as 86% of people living in these areas are either first or second generation immigrants who entered Sweden in seek of asylum. It's time to find out the truth. I packed all the things needed to explore this place, took the bus from Stockholm to reach Malmo. Finally reached Malmo. First impression: looks stunning with old buildings and artistic design all over the city.
We are here at Malmo. It almost took us 7.5 hours to reach from Stockholm. There are other ways also to reach Malmo from Stockholm. For instance, we can opt train or flight.
After doing some research, the easiest way to reach Rosengard from Malmo Central is through metro, as it just takes 6 minutes.
This is the central station of Malmo, and my hotel was somewhere right opposite to that. One tip when you're actually traveling is try to get the hotel as close as to the centrum.
The plan for today is very simple. We have 4 main locations planned to visit in Rosengard. Also based on situations, I will try to make move by asking public opinion. If everything goes good, we might have our answers at the end of this video.
I believe this is the train that actually goes to Rosengard. The good part of metro is literally no one is here. Usually Stockholm's metro are very silent.
I'm not exactly sure what to expect, especially when we are walking into these areas with a gimbal and a mic in my hand. I'm definitely feeling nervous, but it's worth a try.
Finally, we are here in Rosengard. I am kind of excited, also little scared, mixed feelings to be honest.
My first impression after stepping out of the station is how clean it is. The place is literally so spotless that I was struggling to find even a small piece of trash. If you're looking at these houses and wondering why they all look exactly the same, it's because the Swedish government built them in the 1960s under the scheme called the Million Program, designed to provide housing for immigrants. On the way to the centrum, I saw a street filled with various stores, selling groceries, a clothing shop, and a salon. It doesn't reflect the typical taste of Swedish people, making it a clear sign of the area's mixed ethnicity. Our first location is a walk through Rosengard Centrum. Visiting the centrum will give us an idea of how the diverse ethnic communities live in this area. It takes exactly 20 minutes to walk from the metro station to the centrum. This is Rosengard Centrum. In Sweden, almost every main area has a centrum, similar to what we call a shopping mall in Asia. They are designed to help people avoid traveling for the groceries during the extreme winter months. It was a bit uncomfortable to film and talk inside as I received multiple stares from people. Luckily, no one stopped or questioned me. Based on my first impression, I mostly saw African, Middle Eastern and Swedish individuals, showcasing the area's mixed culture. People seemed to be having good time with smiling faces, small talk and casual chatting. There were also many Middle Eastern stores selling carpets and salons. I also went inside an electronics store to ask about any robberies or crimes inside the centrum, but the shopkeeper wasn't happy with my question. Before he could react, I walked away from the scene. It was a close call. Despite that encounter, I would visit the centrum any day without fear.
We just came out of Rosengard Centrum now. The place looks good actually. It is also understandable that if we take the camera and move around, people give a stare because of the reputation that YouTubers have created for this area. For me, it is just like a mixed culture. I could see all the people there, the Swedes, the Middle Eastern people just enjoying their time, doing their shopping and also having their meal. Wow, check out this place.
Our second location is very personal to me. I finally got the chance to visit the football court of one of the greatest footballer of modern era, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This was the exact spot where Zlatan began his football journey. I still couldn't believe I'm standing here. I was expecting many people to be playing, especially since it's Saturday, but when I arrived, the field was completely empty. After about 30 minutes, two Swedish kids showed up and started practicing. Here, I had the chance to talk to two local men. They explained that the area is safe and the crimes that usually occur only between gangs, while ordinary people go about their lives peacefully. After taking few photos and absorbing the atmosphere, I left for my third location. Our third location takes us to Argoden, the art of Rosengard, where many of the gang-related shootings have taken place over the past 2 decades. The story of how these criminal networks began dates back in 1970s. During this time, the Swedish government completed the construction of Rosengard as part of the Million Program, a massive housing initiative aimed at providing affordable homes. Thousands of immigrants were welcomed into Sweden, many of whom found themselves in Rosengard. However, there was a significant misstep. While the government provided financial support for families, free schooling and healthcare, they underestimated the importance of integrating immigrants into Swedish society. The lack of focus on creating jobs for these communities began a critical failure. Many of these individuals with limited education and skill sets struggled to find employment. This widespread unemployment pushed some to explore illegal means of earning money. Initially, small gangs emerged smuggling items like illegal cigarettes and marijuana, but everything changed in early 2000s when cocaine began flooding Europe. This marked the turning point of Sweden's underground criminal networks as they began deeply involved in distributing these lucrative drugs across the continent. The gangs turned on each other to dominate the drug trade, leading to frequent and violent wars. Most shootings targeted rival gang members rather than civilians, but tragically, innocent bystanders were sometimes caught in the crossfire. Adding to the problem is Sweden's unique law for minors under 17. These laws impose shorter prison sentence, with offenders often spending just a few years in juvenile detention center, where they even have access to phones. Gangs exploited this loophole, recruiting children from Rosengard as drug carriers and even contract killers, knowing they could avoid long-term consequence. However, thanks to the significant increase of policing efforts and the arrest of many gang leaders, the violence between gangs is finally showing signs of decline. Back to exploring.
I've been walking here for almost 2 hours. This area is really big. It's also my fault for trusting ChatGPT, so I asked ChatGPT to give me set of location points. So what it did is it just made me walk like for an hour to reach one location, and I just came back the same way 1 hour to reach one more location. So I just passed the first location to reach the second location.
Till now, I have walked through more than a dozen communities, and I couldn't help but notice how well they are maintained. Each area has thoughtfully placed trash containers, and almost every community has a football or a basketball court, along with a central garden that brings everyone together. This is without a doubt one of the most well-maintained mixed communities I have seen.
Right from the start, I have been trying to talk with the neighbors, but also because of the staring contest that I am receiving. To the matter of fact, I need to accept that I am scared.
After walking for some time, I reached our Argoden school, which was closed since it was Saturday. I could not step inside but managed to get some shots from outside the school. While walking near the school, I also noticed men playing football. This was Rosengard's local football team practicing, doing some drills and training. After watching them practice for some time, it was time to taste some good falafel from the food truck I had spotted earlier while exploring Rosengard Centrum.
Brother Matt, very good. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I had 1 more hour left before my last train back to Malmo Central, so I decided to make the most out of it by exploring every street I could possibly find in the area.
So I've been exploring this place from last 2 hours. First 20 minutes I was scared, to be honest, because I've been watching videos about Rosengard from past one month or so. It mostly talks about the gun violence and the notorious people, but not even one single video which actually shows the good part of the city. After 1 hour or 2 hours, I feel comfortable.
Rosengard is immense, with its buildings stretching across the vast area. I think I have covered almost all the main spots, and with that, we are wrapping up this epic Rosengard tour. Before ending this video, I just want to let you all know that the main reason for making this video is not to promote anything, nor would I recommend you all to jump in and start exploring Rosengard. My main aim is to break the stigma of labeling a place as a no-go zone or a dangerous area solely because of few bad incidents or a small number of people who made wrong choices at the wrong time. Beautiful journey in Rosengard. I just missed the train in 0 minutes, so I think I need to wait for the next train. That is perfectly fine. So this is one final look of Rosengard. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. There's a lot more interesting adventures coming up. I will see you all again on the next adventure. Until then, take care of yourself. Cristiano signing off.